It is the elephant in the room the incoming government must take head-on and urgently, and will define the president in his first 100 days in office and beyond. PTV correspondent Mark Vitalco on an array of taxation strategies and debt management measures the incoming finance chief will prescribe for the nation's economic recovery plan in this report.
As he prepares for the role of Finance Secretary, outgoing Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Chief Benjamin Diokno said he will focus on addressing the country's record-high debt of 12.6 trillion pesos as of end March.
We will certainly look at the fiscal consolidation plan that was handed over by the outgoing administration. To me, the focus should really be on tax administration. Okay? And we need a lot of money to, number one, to continue our growth momentum, and secondly, to, of course, to service our higher level of public debt. I think it's too early for me right at this point to make any position on whether to increase taxes or not.
Outgoing Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez proposed the Fiscal Consolidation and Resource Mobilization Plan, which states that the next administration should raise at least 249 billion pesos every year to pay off the debts that have accumulated during the pandemic, amounting to 3.2 trillion pesos. The DOF said the government can't afford to borrow more to cover existing debt and cut productive spending. It added the best option is to raise revenues, improve tax administration, and cut unnecessary spending. The DOF specifically recommended the deferment of personal income tax reduction under Train Law and additional tax charges on more goods and commodities. Diokno said the country's tax system is now stronger than the previous administration because of reforms implemented under the Duterte administration. This, even though the country's debt to GDP level has reached 63.5%, higher than the 60% threshold to say a country can afford to repay its debt. To lower the debt to GDP ratio, Diokno said the country needs to sustain a 6 to 7% economic growth in the next years.
It's important, it's important to raise the growth momentum of the economy, because a strong economy means strong resources, tax resources or government resources, because the tax system is, in the economic language, elastic. So the higher the growth of the economy, the more revenues we will collect.
Meanwhile, President-elect Marcos is aware that government funds are inadequate. That's why he is open to studying the said proposal, but he asserted that his administration needs to be careful about making any policies on it.
We have to see our fiscal policy, how we handle it, and we have to be more analytical in the way that we impose new taxes or withdraw old taxes or amend the tax structure to see that there will be, as I said, a commensurate advantage perhaps in another part of the economy. But kailangan meron naman talagang may balance naman. So, kasi pag nawala ka agad dyan, wala naman tayong pangbigay ng tupad, wala na tayong pangbigay ng ayuda, kailangan pa rin ng tao yan. But if the economy is ready, kahit kunin mo yan, may trabaho na, then perhaps we can think about it.
Mark Vitalco for The Nation.